Alright guys, so I just got done putting the crank sprocket on, so now I am going to drop on my timing set. So I've got a one of those 5-quart jugs of oil cut open. I am going to drop my chain inside. I do got my lifters in there, but I'm just going to drop my chain inside along next to those lifters here. It's going to be kind of a messy job, but it is what it is at the end of the day. And I'm going to let that chain soak for a little bit. So I've got my ARP bolts. I've got my new sprocket. I've already got the crank sprocket on, so I'm going to let this chain soak a little bit here. I'm actually going to rub a little bit of oil all over this cam gear. Just oil it all up. Just nice and messy. Nice and messy. So I'm going to do the back side too. This is where it kind of sits up against the, not kind of, where it sits up against the cam and the thrust plate. So we'll lube it all up. Alright. Make sure my sprockets are nice and lubed up. So now we're going to pull the chain out. Throw the chain on here. Let's see. Alright. So prior to this, I did kind of get close to timing on this thing. So we'll see if we can drop it in. So you see the little point right there, and then on the gear it's not really as defined, but see that kind of teardrop look right there? So that's going to be timed right there. So we're going to try to hang this thing on here. Kind of looks like a sprocket off. I think that's going to have it right there. I think that's going to be it. I don't know if you can see or how well you can see. So I think we got it right there. I believe that is it. I'm going to wipe off. So these are my, the ARP ones. They came when I bought this kit. It came with the kit that I had bought. So I just kind of went with them. Everything else is basically factory specs besides these ARPs here. Camshaft sprocket bolts, 26 foot-pounds on the instructions. So we will go to 26. Alright, it's 26 foot-pounds. And we will get started on torquing. I'm going to just really snug all these up first before I just go straight to torque. Just gonna put a little snug on each one of them before I get crazy and start trying to torque them. Let's see. I'm gonna put my 22 on here in the other direction and go for 26. Alright, it's 26. 26 and 26. I think that is going to be it. So let's turn it over and go two full revolutions and see if we go back to top dead center and our marks line up. So that's one top, dead on top right now. All right, so that was 2 full revolutions. Here's our little mark. There's our little mark. And our number 1 piston is top dead center. So I believe we are good on here. I guess our next chore is going to be our oil pump. All right, so time and set went great. So now I am going to throw the oil pump on. So I've got this is called milling high volume, not high pressure. It's the high volume oil pump, made in the good old US of A. So we are going to get this thing put on. All right. I didn't buy any bolts with this kit. I'm going back with the factory bolts. We'll get it lined up and get it on here. All right, that's in place. Here's the factory bolts. We'll get them started in here. All right, so everybody talks about centering these things up. I don't really know exactly what you should do, but what I was going to do is put the bolts in, put them tight, and then feel around and see if I can just split the difference. There's really no side to side, it's just up and down. So I was going to split the difference on whatever the up and down was and give it a little snug down side to side. So that's one side, and it's about centered there, and then I'll give it a little snug down there. All right, so I'm gonna run with that. All right, let me find out what our torque spec is. Let's get our paperwork. All right, so oil pump bolts, 18 foot-pounds. All right, we're at 18 foot-pounds, and probably not going to go straight to 18. I'll give it a little snug, little snug, and then now we'll get 18. $18. $18. And 18. So give them all a little check. All right, we're at 18 foot-pounds on all those. Spin the motor over, and I don't really know if like this is the thing to do or not, but it makes me feel a little better. I am going to fill this with oil before I give it any kind of spins. It just makes me feel a little better about having a little bit of oil in here. Obviously most of it's going to drain out, but I'm going to put some in there just to... I'm going to put my crank bolt back in, give the motor a little turn, see what our timing set and oil pump looks like. Let's do it. Sucking in some oil. Alright, I'm going to put a little more oil in there. think that's going to do it for the night. Give it a couple more turns. That just makes me feel better about the whole situation here. So that way if I get crazy and want to spin this thing over, I'm not spinning over a dry oil pump. Don't know if it would have done anything, but I don't want to take any chances. There we go. I think that's going to do it for the night, guys. Thanks.